Okay, so I'm starting another project. This is what I'm using, Bernay Softy Baby. It's a size 3. I'm going to be knitting it. It calls for a size 6 needle. I'm going to use a size 7 because I want it to be a little bit loose. So it'll hang a little bit better, I think. I've got 3 skeins of the mint, 2 skeins of the pink. I'm going to just do stripes, so I'll start it with this one, and I think that will be enough. If not, I can get another pink one for the end. Okay, so I'm actually coming back at the end here to refilm this piece because there was a lot of trial and error, and I had to take it back a couple of times. So this is what I ended up settling on, this is what worked, and this is what stayed. So this was my collar. I did 90 stitches total. I did 26 on the back and the front, 11 on each side, and then 4 for each of these. Now each corner here is the purl, knit, purl. And that's what each corner is. So 26, 4, 11, 4, 26, 4, 11, 4. And I think I did 7 or 8 rows of the ribbing. So for the first row, for the little piece at the collar, you're going to do these on each corner, and then you're going to knit 2 purl 1, just like this, all the way around. And the numbers are counted, so that ends evenly. So you can purl here, then knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, and then do your purl, knit, knit, purl. So all of your numbers are lined up. You can do the knit, knit, purl all the way around. And then when your collar is, like I said, I think 6 or 7 rows, you can switch to just knitting in between here, and these will stay in position. So this is what I have so far. I had this third stripe almost done, but I took it back a little bit because I'm going to finish it after this green stripe. That's when I will take the sleeves off. But what I've been doing is increasing every 3rd row. So I brought it back to here. What I'm going to do is increase every other row. And that's going to give it a little more, it'll get bigger a little bit quicker. And I think that will help it tuck around and under the arms. So I'm going to finish out this teal row, increasing every other row now. Okay, so after having to take it back 3 separate times and redoing about 20 hours of work, I think I finally got it good. So I started with 90 stitches, did 7 rows of a knit 2 purl 1 till I got to here, and then I did 4 on each of these for the purl, knit, knit, purl. So then between that on each side I had 11 stitches in here, and then 26 stitches on the front and the back. So what I did then was increase every 3rd row on both sides. So 2 rows, increase twice. So I added 8 stitches between the 4 corners every 3rd row until I got halfway through this last green row. So I did 14 that way. And then for the second 14 stitches, I increased every other row. That gave me a more extreme curve, you can see there. So that's for the underarm. Now I can't show you because of where I'm set right now, but this lines up about where I want it. basically I wanted to end at a row, and I did 28, 28, 28. I figured I'd do the sleeves separate here, and that hangs fine. You'll see where it hangs later. I think it'll be good. The only thing I'm concerned about is having enough stitches on the front and the back to hang as loose around the body as I want. So I think I'm going to take just to this last stitch off for the sleeve, and I'll leave the purl knit knit purl set on front and back attached to the body, so that'll give it a little bit more. This is the back. This is where I started. I could have started in the corner, but I just used my tail to mark the center so I could keep track of the rows. I'm going to do the sleeves first because you're going to be moving your project more where the sleeves are smaller, and I don't want to move all this. So I'll do the sleeves. I'm not going to decrease or anything with those. I want them to be poofy, and then when I get to the end I'll do a cuff which will bring it in. And I'll just attach the pink now, do the sleeve, the same 28 rows, then the other sleeve, and then I can do the body. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at the bottom. I don't want to do a cuff because that pulls it in, and I think I want it to hang loose, but we'll see. Oh, also, I changed colors right before I did this little set here. That way it kind of hides in the corner and you can't really see a jog or something in the middle. So this is where I'm at. I'm working on the second sleeve. Now I didn't do any increases or decreases from here on. I just did. You can see the stripes. So I'm ready to put the cuff on. So I did, again, 28 rows of each color. So 28, 28, 28. And then this last one, make sure you try this on before you decide where the sleeves are, because I held it up to me and the cuff would have ended about here, but I tried it on and it went a lot shorter. So I've done 14 rows, so half of this green stripe. And the next row is going to be a little bit tricky because you've got to do two different things. So the first thing is that I want the rib knit. So knit 2, purl 1. So I'm going to switch to that. But I'm also going to take out about 1/3 of the stitches, because this is the same knit 2, purl 1. So I put this around my wrist and got roughly where I wanted it, about how big I wanted the cuff to fit, like this. And I needed to take out about 1/3 of the stitches. So I'm going to be switching to knit 2, purl 1 on this next row, and I'm also going to be decreasing every other stitch. So I'll knit 1, decrease 1, knit 1, or knit 2 together, I guess. Knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together. And I think I might have had 1 extra stitch on this one, so just put like an extra decrease at the end. Whatever you need to do to make the multiple of 3 come out right. I mean, you can leave out a decrease or add a decrease, and that should get you to the right number. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, hopefully you can see this okay, but you see I started right here, so I did knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, and you can see there was a, what do you call it, a knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together, 1, 2, 1, 2, so hopefully that makes sense. So I finished the ribbing at the cuff. I did 14 rows here, 13 rows of this, of the ribbing, which leaves me at 27, so the 28th row is going to be the cast off. So I think after I've finished the bottom part, I can take this and go around here and kind of cinch in that hole, because I'm not sure how I would get rid of all of this extra. It just got stretched out when I was putting the sleeve on.
Baby's hug.
Careful, book. So I think what I'm going to do is put these 2 center ones. I think I'm going to continue the knit knit purl down the side. Okay, so I finished the sleeves, and this is where I am now. So I think what I'm going to do is I have the 2 knits here, the 2 knits here, and 1 stitch each purl. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit these 2 together, Then when I come around, I'll knit these two together. In this same row, I'm also going to increase one on this side, the same as I've been doing, to keep my stitch count even. So picking up in the middle, I'm going to knit those two together, knit that one, purl, and then increase right in there. And then I'll do the same thing when I come back to the other side. I'll increase, purl, knit, knit two together. So then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches instead of 6, and I'll do that again the next round. I'll knit the two that are left and the two that are left, increase on each side to keep my stitch count even, and that will give me my knit 2, purl, knit, knit, purl. And then I think I'm going to do that stripe all the way down the side. And of course I'll do it on the other sleeve as well. So I am super happy with it. This hangs down low. I don't like sweaters especially to be up like right in your armpit. So I like where that hangs. It's plenty big around, but not like too loose. This looks great. I'm very happy with that. The sleeves are a good length. I mean, I have pretty long arms anyway, so it's hard for me to find baggy ones, so it's comfortable. And this is supposed to be just like a hang out at home comfy spring sweater. The only thing is, it's so long. I mean, it's not so bad right now. Like, I finished it this morning and I tried it on. I had my pajamas and that did not look good. But with the skinny jeans, it looks a lot better. Yeah, it looks a lot better. I left the tail because I wasn't sure if I wanted to take it up or not. Try to get it to focus in on the color a little better. I really like it. I think this is definitely the best sweater that I've made so far. Just where the length, it kind of like, I don't know, it hugs a little funny. A little more than I'm usually a fan of. Because the length, probably I would have stopped here, but I didn't want to end with the pink where all the other edges end with green. So I don't know, I might take it back like this. Like take out a green and pink stripe. Like this is more what I was picturing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment. Should I keep it long like this? Or should I shorten it up? It's very soft though. I like this yarn. Thanks for watching, guys.